Factors. Factors are numbers that get multiplied together to give you a final number, which is known as the product. So let's look at some examples. Let's look at the number 18. What are the factors of 18? Well, 1 times 18, 1 and 18 are factors. And all numbers are going to have themselves and 1 as a factor, because 1 times any number is the number back itself. Let's look at some other factors. 2 goes into 18 9 times. So 2 and 9 are factors of 18. 3 goes into 18 6 times. So 3 and 6 are factors. 4 does not go in evenly into 18, and neither does 5. 5 only goes into numbers that end in 0 or 5. 7 doesn't, 8 doesn't. We've already considered 9. 10 doesn't. 10 only goes into numbers evenly that end in 0. 11, 12 don't, and then we're back to 18. So if we were to list all the factors of 18, we would use these as our stepping board. Now, one of the things my math lab is going to ask you to do is to list all factors. And the easiest way to keep track of that is to go about it in a systematic way. Every number is always going to have 1 in itself. So let's start off with that, 1, and at the end of the list will be the number itself. We're looking at whole number factors, so there's not going to be a number less than 1, and there's not going to be a number greater than the number itself. So this is going to be my beginning, and this will be my end. Anytime you have to list a series of factors, this is a useful way to frame all of your answers. Next, we know that 2 goes into 18 9 times. And you should write your factors 2 at a time, that way you won't forget any. 3 goes in 6 times. So now we have a list of all of the factors of 18. Now, when you're asked to figure out the factors, it's useful, a list of factors, it's useful to start with 1 in the number itself, and then go through the number line systematically, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's useful to know your multiplication facts, and it's also useful to know some divisibility rules. These will help you figure out where to start. If we look at numbers that are divisible by 2, that would be all even numbers. All even numbers are divisible by 2. And of course, even numbers are numbers that end in 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8. So by inspection, you can tell whether 2 goes into that number evenly or not. 3, a number is divisible by 3 if the sum of the digits is divisible by 3. So for example, if we look at this number, 111, we know it's not divisible by 2, but is it divisible by 3? Well, the way that we figure that out is we add the digits that are in this number. 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3. 3 goes into 3 evenly, so yes, this number would be divisible by 3. So if you're trying to figure out factors, and prime factorization, which we'll get into, this is a quick and easy way to determine if a number is divisible by 3. And 9 actually has a very similar rule. The number is divisible by 9 if the sum of its digits, the number we're looking at, is divisible by 9. So this number here, 111, would not be divisible by 9 because the sum of its digits is 3, and 9 does not go into 3. Now, if we looked at this number, 801, it is divisible by 9 because 8 plus 0 plus 1 is 9, and 9 goes in evenly into 9. This number would also be divisible by 3, since 3 goes into 9. Any number that's divisible by 9 will also be divisible by 3. Let's look at one more example. Is this number divisible by 9? Well, let's add the digits. 1 plus 0 plus 9 is 10. So no, this number is not divisible by 9. So these are quick and simple ways to determine some of the factors of a number. Now, let's look at 5 and 10. Where's my eraser? Here it is. A number is divisible by 5 if it ends in 0 or 5. A number is divisible by 10 if it ends in 0. So these are just some quick rules to memorize and to help you decipher what some of the factors of a given number